Hello everyone and welcome. This is class number 5 in the chair today. So what you would need for supports would be a sturdy chair without arms preferably, but it's okay if they have arms. Maybe a second chair, which I'll offer you during the asanas that you might choose to use. Also, a yoga block perhaps would be helpful, as well as a yoga strap or a scarf or a belt. And again, no worries if you don't have any of these things, you can do the practice without. So again, very happy to be here with you today. My name is Cindy. So in just addressing your homework here before we start, I hope you had a successful home practice. So we're going to be starting with the body scan and focus in the chair. So I'm going to invite you to find a comfortable seat, whatever that may be for you. You might like your back connected to the back of the chair, or you might like to sit a little bit further up. Now, one thing that might be helpful if you're a little bit short like me is to perhaps put blocks under your feet maybe. That might feel good to you. Again, just a lot of choices. As we move through the practice, I will be offering you lots of options. And the most important thing is for you to decide how the practice feels in your body today. How are you doing, and making the choices that are perfect for you. So let's think about our alignment here, connecting the feet to the earth, the base of the spine to the chair. Again, your back can be supported or not, it's up to you. Invite the crown of the head to lift and lengthen without forcing. So we want to have some nice energy flow throughout the body here. And perfect alignment for you will be great for that. The gaze is focused forward for now. The shoulders relaxed and down with just a gentle squeeze of shoulder blades to back body. Just take a moment perhaps to close the eyes or to softly gaze to the earth. And notice how you feel today in your body, in your heart, in your mind. Overall, energetically, use that to inform your practice, to really encourage yourself to choose what is best for you. Again, that is the key to a safe and effective yoga practice, making it what you need it to be. So just take a moment to settle in, to begin to arrive. Notice your breath as it flows in and out of the body. You might begin to lengthen the breath on the inhales. And then let the breath release on the exhale. The breath can be through the nose, through the mouth, or combination. And to further invite you into practice, I'm going to invite you to sing 3 ohms with me. So perhaps you'd like your hands home to heart center, or maybe on your legs, or whatever is comfortable. Taking in a deep breath. Feel the gentle vibration, the sound of Om, drawing you into your practice a little bit more deeply. And then release the hands to land wherever you would like. We're going to move into some upper body stretches here. So as you lengthen through the crown of your head and keeping your nice alignment that we already talked about here, Draw the chin back just a little bit to line up the ears over the shoulders and then the shoulders over the hips. And when you're ready, we're going to turn the head in one direction. Go as far as you can, pain-free range of motion. That's really important. Slowly, when you're ready, come back to center. And then we'll turn the other way, again with that slow, deliberate focus, mindfulness. Coming back to center again. I'm going to do this one more time. Notice if one side moves differently than the other. Again, that's perfectly fine. With arthritis, we may have one side that's more mobile, more strong. There's lots of different things that happen in the body, and the other direction. So again, just notice, bring awareness to your practice, and then return back to center. Pause for a moment. Now from here, keeping the lengthened spine, we're going to tilt the ear toward the shoulder. The opposite shoulder can draw down a bit if you like, giving a little stretch to the side of the neck. And then coming back up. Other direction. Again, stay present, stay with your breath. Notice how you feel. Coming back to center now. Nice. Now we're going to be inviting a look up with the eyes, or you can tilt your chin if your neck feels okay. So if your neck's a little bit cranky today and it may not feel comfortable to tilt the chin up, you can absolutely look up with the eyes only, or maybe tilting the chin, relaxing through the jaw, the throat. Once again, drawing the shoulders down, away from the ears, and then looking back towards center here. And then a gentle look down, maybe just a little tuck of that chin, feeling the stretch in the back of the neck. Good. And then coming back to center. Nice. Now from here, we're going to do a side bend. So you're going to take one hand on the chair, or if you have a second chair, you could do that. You can keep a hand on the leg. The other arm is going to float up. Now, this is where I really invite you to notice how your shoulders feel today. It might be better for you to keep your arm lower or come to cactus instead of raising the arm all the way up. So again, please make the choices that are best for you. Remember that throughout the practice. It's so important to take care of yourself. So that arm's going to come up, and then we're going to be leaning toward where that other hand is, lengthening through the side body, maybe looking up or straight ahead or down toward that same side that your hand is connected. Again, this has a lot to do with your neck and how your neck feels. Opening up through side body here. And then we're going to bring that top arm down, pause for a moment, maybe set the shoulders back and down. And then the second side now. So the hand again, either on the thigh or maybe to the side of the chair. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Other arm is going to come up. And again, be aware, this side may feel different. Lengthening here to that side body, up and over. Again, with the option of looking up, straight ahead, or down toward that connected hand. Breathe here into side body. Nice. And then release that. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Relax the shoulders down again, keeping that beautiful lengthened spine. And now from here, I'm going to turn a little sideways now so you can see me a little bit better here. We're going to be coming forward with a bow to keep the back nice and lengthened here. Hands will come onto the legs. Inhale, and then gently begin to bend the elbows, coming forward with a nice flat back until you feel a stretch wherever you feel. Into your low back, perhaps. Some people might like to come to forearms. Again, you're looking forward here. Breathe into back body. Notice how everything is feeling today. Nice. And then placing the hands back on the thighs. If you had moved them, take a breath in, slowly exhale, coming up. And again, if the breathing cues that I offer you don't work for you, please feel free to breathe in whatever way does, okay? Gentle spinal twist now, lengthening through the crown of the head. The most important part of a twist, and then we're just going to rotate gently one direction. Again, notice where you feel this. Stay with your breath. Nice. Slowly unwind back to center. Pause here for a moment. Inhale again, find that beautiful length, and then we're going to gently twist the other way. Again, please resist the urge to force a twist. We don't want to force anything in yoga, but it's important. Twists, it's easy to force, and it's easy to make them a little bit more intense. And then slowly coming back to center. Nice. And again, maybe another roll of the shoulders here, completing our upper body stretches. Now, we're going to be moving into a posture called staff pose with leg lifts. So, I have a multiple choice here. You can, from sitting from your chair, bring the legs out in front of you. Heels can be down, lifted through the crown of the head. This might be a nice option for you to take a strap around one of your feet, whichever leg you'd like to start with. We'll start with the right side here. Or if you have a second chair, you can absolutely place, if this is accessible to you, you can place your leg or legs up on the chair for this particular posture. Again, possibly with a strap or not, okay? So I'm going to start with one leg at a time with my leg on the chair, sitting up nice and tall. So the most important part here, a couple things. We don't want to lock through the knee. We want a soft knee here. And again, when we begin that tightening of these muscles here and a gentle lift of the leg, you don't want to lean back in the chair, okay? Especially if you have your back away from the back of the chair and the leg is up, or if the leg is on the floor, okay, or on your mat. As you gently lift, you don't want to lean back. The most important thing is keeping that lengthened spine, okay? So on this side here, again, I'm going to choose this option today. We're going to lengthen through the crown, take a breath in, and when you're ready, we're going to tighten up these muscles. Now that leg might lift a little, it might not lift at all. That's okay. You can tighten up these muscles and stay here. Nice. Again, another option from this position would be both legs into the chair, staff pose, or both legs down on the mat. Again, lift again, and lower, breathing, and again, one more time. And again, this would be a variation with the strap, again, to use that strap as a little bit of a support, which can be really nice to do. Beautiful. Now for second side, I'm going to demonstrate this without the chair, but again, you can do whatever feels best to you. So on the left side here, again, legs are straight and strong, coming from the chair, using the strap if you'd like or not. Again, seated staff pose here with a leg lift option, tightening up these muscles here, quadricep muscles that connect to the knee among other joints, and breathe here. And lower. We're going to do this 2 more times, and again, please don't worry if the leg doesn't come up. That's okay. Tighten it up, work with it from there. We start with wherever we can do, right? And be grateful that we can move and be together in this yoga practice. And then release that. Nicely done. Nicely done. Now from here, we're going to move into cat-cow. Cat-cow is one of my favorite ones to kind of loosen up the spine, connect with a structured breath here. Can be really nice to do. So again, I'm going to stay sideways a lot of these videos so you can kind of see the movement from the side. And again, if you're cracking and creaking, that's okay. You can blame it on your chair if your chair is creaking. That's what I always tell my classes, and they all laugh about that. So from here, hands will be on the legs. On the inhale, we're going to lengthen. So think about drawing the crown of the head up toward the sky. On the exhale, tucking the chin, starting to create what we call a C curve. Rounding the spine, exhaling here, emptying the body of as much breath as you can. And then inhale when you're ready, lengthen up again. And find your perfect expression of your cat-cow. The cat-cow is a great asana to really connect with your breath. Think of, again, the lengthening and the expansiveness on the inhale. And then the release and the relax, the rounding on the exhale. Again, the breath through the nose or mouth, whatever feels good to you. This is one of my favorites. I have chronic back pain from arthritis, and I love cat-cows. They really, really help me to feel better. And I hope you feel better too. Coming up one more time here, finding that length. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to be moving into downward facing dog. So to do that, I'm going to stand and turn my chair so that the back of the chair is highest, okay? You can also turn the chair the other way if you choose. You could have your hands on the seat of the chair instead, okay? So from here, downward dog, you're going to place your hands lightly on the chair, so you don't want to pull back, right, for safety. Stepping back, the hips are going to float up. The hands will press into the chair. Your heels might touch down or they might not. It's okay. If your heels are up in the air and it doesn't feel comfortable to you, you could put a block or a yoga wedge underneath your heels. Good. Just feel that nice inversion here. Then we're going to begin to look toward the back of the chair as we walk forward. Hands can stay on the chair, or you might like to bring your hands to your legs. If you're past vertical bending, you can release your head. You might bend your knees a lot and grasp opposite elbows here if that feels good. Good. And then from here, releasing the hands to your chair, to the legs, take a breath in. On the exhale, we're going to roll up to Tadasana Mountain. So we're going to come up, maybe roll the shoulders a few more times, kind of reset, and take a body scan now from standing, right? Think about the ears drawn back over the shoulders, shoulders over hips, over knees, over ankles. So we have this nice length again in the spine without forcing anything, okay? So now we're going to be moving into 2 rounds of sun salutation using the chair as a support. And again, I'm going to keep my chair this way. If you'd like, you can turn the chair around and have your hands on the seat of the chair. That variation is going to be more weight bearing on the wrists. So again, decide what is best for you. Okay? So standing here in front of our chair, hands home to heart in Anjali Mudra. Pause and breathe. Notice how you feel. On the inhale, we're going to rise up the arms again wherever they can go. We talked about this earlier. And in a heart-opening, gentle back bend, you can arch back from the scapula. The scapula is the wings on the upper back. So you might like to lift and arch from that scapula a bit if that feels good to you. And then from here, looking forward, arms can stay in front. You can bring them out to the side and fold. So again, we're going to come forward. Once you're at vertical, you can come and release again, maybe grasping opposite elbows. Nice. Now from here, we're going to move into down dog. So we're going to look forward, take the hands to the chair, press back to downward facing dog. Hips come back just like we did earlier. And now we're going to be moving into cobra. So you might like to walk the feet toward the chair a little bit more, lengthen up, draw the shoulders down, press the hips and heart forward. So you're drawing the elbows to side body, maybe looking up here. Cobra. And then float back to down dog. Good. Now this time, we're going to step the right foot forward into lunge. Pause here. Step up the left foot to meet it. Fold. Again, you can have your hands on your legs, on the chair if you'd like. And then rise up through Tadasana Mountain. Arms come up, lengthened again. This time you might like to arch from the rib cage, the bottoms of the ribs. And then bring the hands home to heart. Pause here in Anjali Mudra. Nice. We're going to do one more side, one more time, second side. So from Tadasana Mountain, inhale, rise up, arching back from the scapula or the ribs if you like. Exhale, fold. Hands can come to the chair or to the legs if you'd like. Fold. Good. From here, we're going to move to down dog. So you're going to step your right leg back this time into lunge. Pause here. Your left leg is going to press back to meet it. Downward dog. Nice. Now from here, moving to cobra, again, you might like to step closer to the chair. Press here. This is a back extension of the spine. Activating the glutes here. Heart opening, shoulder blade squeezing to back body. Good. Press back to downward dog again. Now this time the left leg is going to step up into high lunge. Pause. The right leg is going to step up to meet it. Fold. Looking up, pressing all the way up again, lengthening, finding your gentle arch back if that feels good to you. Gauging your core, your glutes, and then bring the hands back to heart center and pause here in sun salutation. Beautiful. Nicely done. So sun salutation is a wonderful way to greet the new day, to get the energy moving through the body. So it's a great thing to practice, and it can be perfectly done with the use of a chair. Okay, so now we're going to be moving into balances. Tree pose, dancer, and warrior three, again with the use of the chair. So facing front here, I'm going to be cueing right versus left here on the side. So for tree pose, find your distance with the legs, about hip distance or so apart. Good. We're going to be rooting into the right leg first, and the left leg is going to come up, and we're going to rotate that out with the sole of the foot, I should say, the ball of the foot on the mat, or you could bring that heel close to your standing leg. You could also bring that foot to the side of the standing leg with the toes pointing down. So again, you might choose to keep the ball of the foot down. You might choose to bring in that leg closer to the standing leg, which is more of a balance challenge because your base is smaller. Or you could bring up that foot again, as long as the toes are pointing down here. Keeping one hand on the chair, you might decide to raise up one arm. Pause here in tree. Nice. Making sure that standing leg is not locking. Again, we talked about that. Soft joints, right? Nice. And then release that side, let it go, relax it. We're going to come to second side now. Beautiful. So from here, we'll be rooting into the leg closest to the chair. Your left leg now, good. Right leg comes up, rotating out. And again, ball of the foot connects. Maybe the heel connects to that standing leg. Lengthen, maybe take that foot to the side, below the knee or above the knee. This is another option, as long as the toes can point straight down, because you don't want the ankle to be twisting at all. Again, your standing leg is slightly bent in that knee. Keep one hand on the chair if that feels comfortable. You could also lean against a wall, that can be great. And then the arms up wherever you can go. You might feel safe in the balance and letting go of the chair or not. Again, lots of options here. Nice. And then release from tree, shake it out, relax it out. Now I'm going to give you, there's multiple options for dancer, the next one with the use of the chair. So the first one I'm going to show it to you or offer it to you is going to be from a seated position in the chair. Okay, then I'll offer you a standing variation. So if you'd like to use the chair here, you're going to scoot to the right and closer to the right edge of the chair, making sure that you're safely on the chair. You're going to take your right leg back so that the knee is lined up right above that hip. That heel is up. You're pressing forward here. The hips and the heart lengthening through the crown. And then maybe taking an arm up. You might like to lean a bit forward from the waist here, or you might like to stay upright. So this is one variation of dancer from the chair. And then release that, and you would go to second side. Okay, so you would come up and go to the left side now. So I'm going to now demonstrate the left side using the chair as a support. So again, you could either be seated in the chair, or the standing variation here would be to take the left leg back, knee pointed down. You might reach back toward that foot. You might capture that foot with your hand, or you might take a strap around your ankle and utilize the strap to help that leg to stay up. Okay, so whatever you can do, lengthening here, find that length through the crown. If you feel safe in your balance, you could let go of that right hand. You might even lean forward a bit here. But the most important thing is the length in the spine. So either from the chair seated or this variation, and there's other ones as well. And then release this, let it go, relax, shake it out, see how you feel. Again, stay present. Notice how you feel here. Nice. So the third balancing asana today is going to be Warrior 3. So again, I'm going to use the back of the chair here, my hands lightly on the chair. Standing close to the chair, we're going to take our right leg back, ball the foot down, lengthen again through the crown. You may decide to stay here, raise up an arm or both arms, or you could begin to bow forward with that flat back, maybe lift that right foot off the earth. Make sure your left knee isn't locking, again, very important. And you might decide to release one arm or maybe the other arm and breathe. And then slowly come out, release that side, let it go, shake it out. And again, we're going to come to second side now. So again, take a moment and notice how you're feeling. So from here, from our Tadasana Mountain, touching back with that left toes now. Again, soft knee on that right side. Maybe bowing forward from, again, option to stay up here or bow forward from the waist, maybe lifting that left foot off. You might decide to release the opposite arm or both arms might come up. Again, safety in your balance here. Make sure you're breathing. And then release from Warrior Three. Nice job, everyone. Shake it out, relax it here. Perfect. Now, we're going to be moving into Warrior Two from the chair, right or side angle, and then triangle that will be standing again. So, Warrior Two from the chair. Sitting up nice and tall in your chair, widen out the legs. Now I find this one to be a challenge for me in a chair because I'm not that tall. People that have longer legs seem to do a little bit better sometimes with this one. So you can put a block under your feet if that feels good to you. So we're going to be turning out the right, if you can, turning out from the hips so those right toes are turned and the knee is lined up right over the ankle. The left leg or the other leg you can extend. Good. Here. Extending those arms out, gazing over right fingertips here. Breathe. Nice. Warrior Two. Feel the energy of the lower body connect to the earth, the upper body raising up here. Nice. And then let's release that side, coming back to center. Pause it here. And then we'll come into second side. So again, we're going to be turning that other leg out, winding up that knee over that ankle. Find that length. Other leg can extend, maybe heel down. See how that feels. Again, adjust it. Maybe coming in is a little bit better for you. Again, it's always about how it feels in your body, right? Lengthening through the crown here. Coming into Warrior Two on this side. Again, gazing over the left fingertips now. Feel your energy, your power, your connection to the earth as you rise up from the upper body as well. Stay with your breath. Release the arms down. Bring both the legs to center here. Pause. Just notice again how you feel. Stay present with the breath. And now we're going to be moving into right angle, okay? And I like to offer right angle with a block, but again, there's multiple ways you can do this. So we're going to start from Warrior Two again. So turning out the right leg first, again, turning out from that hip. Knee is lined up over the ankle, and the left leg is extended here. Now, in right angle, your right hand can come to your thigh. Your left arm is going to float up, and you're going to lean toward the right. Now, you have lots of choices here. You can keep your hand on your thigh. You could bring your forearm to your thigh, or a block can be a really nice way to practice this as well. Into right angle. Again, find your gaze. Find where you want to be looking. Up to the top hand, straight ahead, or down to the right, whatever feels good. Breathe into side body. This is one of my favorites. And then slowly coming out of that side, take a breath here. Nice. And pause. Just take a moment to notice how you're feeling, how you're doing. And now let's come into second side now. So again, with that wide hip opening stance, left toes will turn to the left. Knee will line up right over the ankle. Right leg extends. Left hand lightly to the thigh. Right arm up. And again, option to the hand here. as you lean over to the left, maybe your forearm, or maybe the block like we offered before. Again, find your way into this posture. Focus on your breath. Nice, breathe into the side body. And then release and come all the way back here. Pause for a moment. Settle. Breathe. And now the last of the standing balances, or the standing part of this asana, I should say, is going to be triangle pose. So I'm going to invite you to stand and have your chair facing you with the seat of the chair being next to your legs, okay? A block is an option here. Again, always using whatever supports feel good to you. So I'm going to start on the right side, facing that right foot, thinking of bringing it underneath the rung of the chair. So you're kind of scooting a little bit under the chair. You got that wide stance again, similar to the warrior two, but this time now both legs are straight, okay, without locking. So again, that left toe turns in a bit, the right toe's here, lining up, and you've got some nice length in the spine. Now, reaching the arms out, we're going to reach forward and bring that right hand to your seat of your chair or to the block. The idea of triangle is to see if you can stack one shoulder on top of the other, opening up through the body here. Breathe. And again, maybe you prefer hand on the chair instead. Making sure that right leg, you're not locking into those knees. Again, making sure that you're being safe and mindful. And the next inhale will slowly come up. Release that side. Beautiful. Now we're going to move into second side here, transitioning. Working with the left side now. So again, thinking of that left foot underneath that seat of the chair if you can. Widening out again, thinking of that warrior two start position, right? Toes turn in a bit. Legs are straight and strong, inner thighs drawing in toward one another, extending the arms, reaching along an imaginary glass table here, left hand to the chair or the block, right arm is up, opening up the heart here, gazing, making sure knees are soft. Again, find your gaze up to the top hand, straight ahead, or down toward the chair. Again, thinking of stacking, if you can, one shoulder on top of the other. And then on the next inhale, coming up and releasing from triangle here. Maybe before we transition back to the chair, take a moment in mountain pose. Bring the hands home to the heart here. Pause for a moment and notice how you feel. You're doing a lot of work here. Doing great. Nice. So now we're going to be moving into sitting back into the chair with, again, a variety of different options here. So I'm going to come back to my two chairs set up here. But again, if you don't have a second chair, that's fine, perfectly fine. Also, you might like a strap for this next one, which is going to be extended leg from the chair, okay? So from here, settling back down, again, deciding, do you want your back supported by the back of the chair, or do you want to be lengthening without that, using the muscles maybe a little bit more if that works for you. Again, it's all about your choices here, right? So I'm going to start with, again, the right side here. And this is going to be a extended leg asana. So I like to do this one with a strap. It just feels like I have a little bit more range of motion. But again, if you have a belt, a scarf, or if you don't have a strap, it's okay. So if you have a strap, you're gonna take it underneath the right arch, straighten out that leg again without locking. taking the strap in the right hand, lifting that leg, and you might bring that leg over to the right. Left leg is going to stay connected. Try to maintain your alignment and posture in the chair here so you're not leaning to the right. Breathe. Nice. Good. And then bringing that back into center and lower. Now, could this be done standing? Yes. I'm going to do a quick demonstration of that. Again, it would be here, and you bring that leg out to the right. So again, lots of options depending on how your energy feels, right? You might feel like you'd like to sit back in the chair, or you might like to stay standing. So this extended leg can be done either way, okay? So now we're going to go to second side. I'm going to stay seated here. So again, the strap is looped on that left leg. Find that length again. Maybe you're connected. Remember, when you lift the leg, try to avoid leaning back. Lengthen through the crown of the head here. Lift that leg off the mat or off your floor, and then bringing it out to the side here. Keep that beautiful posture. Nice. The strap can be nice to help the leg hold it up a bit. And you can stand and do this, same thing we did on the other side. And then coming back to center and relax that for a moment. Beautiful. Nicely done. Nicely done. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to be moving into forward fold, again from the chair. So, again, lots of options here. You can stay in your chair with the legs on the earth as we come to forward fold, or you might like to use your second chair if you have one. The strap, again, is an option here. So as we move into forward fold, if you're going to bring both legs up on the chair, you can do so now. See how that feels. Or again, the legs can be on the earth, on the floor, if that feels good. Strap is optional. Maybe if you have a strap, you loop it around both the arches of the feet. Sitting up nice and tall. Draw the elbows to side body. Lengthen through the crown of the head here. Take a breath in, and then on the exhale, we're going to slowly, and again, you might be like me and you only come forward a couple inches. That's fine. Do whatever you can. Slight bend in the knees here, and you're going to bring your heart forward. And again, you might feel better with this option with the feet on the floor. It will be the same shape here, right? Coming forward here. Again, whatever feels good. Bring the heart forward. Keep that lengthened spine here. Nice. And then coming all the way up, lengthening here. Now we're going to be moving into head to knee. So one option from the floor would be to take this right leg and bring it off to the side, planting, turning that knee out a bit. Another thing you can do from the chair is, again, the left leg can stay on the chair for now, your right leg, so that from this position, you want to allow that knee, that right leg, to open up from the hip, kind of reaching or leaning toward the floor if you can. Option again for the strap around the arch of that left foot. Sitting tall in the chair, lengthening through the crown, and again, head toward the knee here. Keeping that nice length here in the spine. Yeah. Again, we don't want to force anything. Find that parts of the body that might feel tense or tight. Breathe into those. Nice. Beautiful. And then we're going to slowly, on the next inhale, coming up, we're going to come into second side now. So again, the legs would start up on the chair, your left knee would bend, maybe again, just dropping a little bit to the side. You could connect that sole of the foot to the right leg if you'd like. You could take your strap around the arch of the right foot. Again, sit tall, lengthen through the crown. Taking a breath, and when you're ready, gently, again, inviting the heart to come forward toward the leg, head toward the knee. And breathe. Nice. Breathing here. See how this side feels compared to the first side. Nice. And then begin to come all the way up, releasing both the legs to the floor, relaxing here. Preparing for our seated spinal twist again. So, again, I'm going to turn my chair so you can see this. Lengthening through the crown, feet are connected to the mat or to your carpet. Lengthen here. Taking a breath, and when you're ready, you're going to slowly rotate to one side. Maybe your hands float over to the same side leg. Again, please avoid pulling or pushing into a twist. Just allow the body to find the gentle alignment here. Nice. Feel the twist from the base of the spine up, and then slowly unwind back to center. Find again, start position here. On the inhale, lengthen. On the exhale, find the gentle twist on this side. Again, notice how you feel. Stay connected. Stay with your breath. Slowly unwind, coming back to center. Now I'll be inviting you now into a yogic seal. And there's different ways to do this. The purpose or the intention of a yogic seal is to seal in the benefits of our practice. So from the chair, I'm going to show you one way, bowing forward. I like a bolster or a cushion in front of me for this. It just makes my back feel better having something to support. So this is one way to do it. Coming back to your chair, connect your feet to the earth, base of the spine to the chair, lift and lengthen. Hands can come on your cushion if you have one, or on your legs. And you have a couple options here. You can begin to bow forward with the hands on the bolster or your cushion, or you can bring your hands back behind you, maybe one palm on top of the other. So you'd have your open hand behind you into your low back, lengthen through the crown, and begin to bow forward from this position here. If either of those doesn't feel good to you, what you could do is sitting in your chair, bring your hands home to heart, in Anjali Mudra, connection of the thumbs to the sternum, closing the eyes perhaps, or take a soft gaze to the earth, and breathe. So whatever choices you make for yogic seal, sealing in the benefits of your yoga practice today, all of the moving, all of the breathing. And release. Now, we're going to be moving into Shavasana here, starting with tense release, body scan, breath and mind relaxation. So, Shavasana is relaxation, right? And so in the chair, it might be a little harder to kind of find that. So there's lots of different choices you could do. You might put your chair against or near a wall if you have one, so that when you begin to gently lean back, you have something for your head to connect to, right? You could also, if you have a second chair, you could bring your legs up on the chair here. Again, maybe relaxing. You might even have a cushion behind your head. Again, whatever feels best to you. Or if you don't have a second chair, again, legs can be onto the floor. And if you don't have a wall behind you, you could certainly lean back into the chair with the head as relaxed as you can, okay? So we're going to start with tense and release. And the purpose of this is to release any residual tension or tightness that we have in our body, okay? And I always like to remind people to be mindful, because we're going to be tensing and tightening. And some of the joints that you might be tensing might feel a little, you know, they might feel a little inflamed today or painful. So again, be mindful and decide how you want to approach this, okay? So I'm going to set myself up with my Shavasana close to the wall and the legs on the chair. Good. And from here, closing the eyes if you like, I'm going to do 3 rounds of tense and release. So take a breath in, and when you're ready, you're just going to tense up your body. Maybe squeeze up your shoulders, tighten up your face. Let your arms be nice and straight. Maybe squeeze your hands together. Maybe lift a leg off the chair or the mat or the other side. Tighten, 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 and then relax. Just notice the relax. Notice what happens when you, after the tension, the relax, okay? And we're going to do this 2 more times. So again, getting ready. Take a breath in. When you're ready, squeeze everything. Tighten, tighten, tighten. Squeeze the body. Notice where the tensions might be here. And then let it go. Relax it. Nice. I don't know about you, but this really works for me. It does help me feel more relaxed afterwards. Now we got 1 more here, okay? When you're ready, take a breath in. Last one, squeeze, 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 tighten, tighten, tighten. Squeeze your face, whatever feels that you want to tighten up here. Hold it a little bit longer maybe. And then let it go, and relax it. Beautiful. And now find that comfortable place in your chair, wherever you can be, to kind of relax back. Again, maybe your head is connected to the wall, your feet might be on the chair, you might have a blanket over you. Again, whatever helps you to relax here. And we're going to think about our body relaxing now. We're going to scan the body. So we're going to think about the feet. And I would invite you to think of something that reminds you of relaxation. Some people think of colors or heat or coolness or different sunlight, moonlight, whatever it may be. Just notice what comes to mind for you to invite relaxation from the bottoms of your feet. And think of that color or that whatever you're thinking of, and invite that relaxation up from the bottoms of the feet into the legs. You might let your hips relax, kind of turn out a bit if that feels good to you. The toes and the hips and the knees. Continuing to invite the relaxation up into the legs, both sides, front and back of the legs, from the feet, all the way up into the hips, kind of swirling around or moving into the hip area here. Nice. And then when you feel that part of the body is relaxing, inviting the relaxation now up into the heart space. Emanating from the heart down through the arms, front of the body, back of the body, up through the face and back down the shoulders. Again, whatever helps you to relax. Now turn our attention to the breath for a moment here. We're going to relax the breath. Just let it go. Let go of the structured breath. Breathe in any ways that feel perfect to you. And then bring your attention when you're ready to the mind. Let the thoughts just float by like logs down the river or the leaves floating by in the air. Coming into complete relaxation as much as you can. You're going to hear my voice again in about 3 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. So find relaxation, take rest. In a moment, it will be time for us to slowly reawaken. So take the last few moments of peace and calm, and then begin to slowly return your awareness back to your body, back to the space around you, opening up the eyes, gazing around here. And then when you're ready, in your own perfect time with no rush, we're going to come back to seated to complete our practice this morning or this afternoon, whenever you're doing this. So take a moment and take your time, please, to reset in your chair, finding that comfortable seat. Maybe take a moment to notice how you feel now compared to when we first started, just about an hour ago. Inviting you to chant Om with me one more time if you choose, bringing hands home to heart. Our hands can be on the legs. Taking a deep breath in. It's been my great pleasure to share yoga with you. And just a reminder of the homework for next time is to read the article on inflammation. So again, thank you for your attention. Thank you for practicing with me. Have a wonderful day, everyone.